record this just in case. So so we can make our character blink with a blend shape as well. So if I go in here, and then it's just straight up modeling tools, or it's mostly just vertex placement. But if I close this eye right here, there we go. And we're going to do just a quick version right here. I don't want to take a bunch of time modeling this for something I'm not going to actually use. It's just for demonstration purposes. So let's get a blink in there. And the bottom, or the top eyelid always goes further than the bottom eyelid on a blink. So let's bring that pretty glow down there. Awesome. And then let's bring this up to meet it right there. Boom. Perfect, perfect. There we go. So now he's blinking. Can I just press 6? There we go. And then if I select that mesh, then shift select that first one, go to deform, blend shape, but in the advanced tab, if you do deformation order, pre-deformation, and then do create, it'll put another blend shape on there. And that's our first one right there. But if we go to our second one, and zoom in on the face, let's turn off the joints and curves. There we go. Let's go here. Now we can blink. Aha! And that's just, I don't know, it's pretty cool for the sake of like a character's life, like, I don't know, the illusion of life there, you know, because like the eyes are so important for selling that, you know, and if you don't have the ability to blink, that's pretty sad. But you know, I'm not expecting anyone to do this, but I just wanted you guys to know that blend shapes are out there and blend shapes can do this stuff. Blend shapes can also, I have a little bit of a problem with my gauntlets right here. Something's going wrong with that. But blend shapes can also do like facial expressions, right? So you could like duplicate the mesh, move it over, make the lips go into like an ooh shape, you know, and then you'd see that reflected on your character. You'd straight up be able to see that sort of shape on the character's lips, and that's also big in my opinion. It's massive because yeah, what you could potentially do an entire face rig like this, you know. In fact, that's what a lot of people do. And then what they do after that, so that's like an ooh, then oops, you can see it's interesting, but yeah, so like that's how you can get a lot of expression out of your character. And then on your character's rig, you'd have a NURB controller. And a lot of times they have like a free floating like face control window up here with a bunch of sliders. And then those sliders just straight up plug into that blend shape in here. So you'd have like a slider that's connected to this blacksmith mesh to blend shape, and then it just turns it on and off, and then you're good. Aha. But yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey, Mike.
What's up?
Could I screen share real quick and like get some help?
Yeah, 100%. Let me stop my share and then let me enable that. All right, you should be good to go.
All right, let me try it.
Nice, nice. So I can't quite hear you. I don't know if screen sharing has disabled your mic somehow, but what I can see right now though is that you're trying to move an FK control. FK means that you can only rotate those. So press E and then you should be able to rotate those. There you go. Nice, nice. If you wanted to have the arms in IK, you can like rotate your camera so you can see the back of that hand. There you go. And you see that little arrow pointing at the wrist. So click that. Control Z that, yeah. There you go. Also, the hotkey for that is Q to go back into selection mode, just so you know. And then you see that IK FK slider in the channel box on your right. It's the channel box is the thing with all your like translate values, rotate values, scale values. And then at the bottom of that, you see IK FK. It's up a little bit from where your cursor is. Up a little bit more. There you go. See that box? So click there where it says 1. And then type in 0. And there you go. And then now you have an it's in IK mode. So click that little mitten shape that's on your character's hand. And then press W to go in your move tool. And then, yeah, move that around. There you go. So you can see that you definitely need to paint some skin weights on that head because that head is like crumpling right now whenever that arm moves. But yeah. But yeah, there you go. So I can't hear your mic at all, but yeah, I hope that helps.
Oh, hold on. Apparently I was muted the whole time.
Oh man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
My mic said that I wasn't muted, but I guess so. So I don't leave them in these rings. I change them into mittens.
Oh no, you could leave them either way when you're doing the skinning, but that's for animation purposes mostly, right? Because like an IK control is going to be a lot better at doing like a contact on like a table or something, and then you move the body around. Like imagine trying to just like every single frame rotate the hand to be like completely on that. Like it'd be madness. So like that's just IK versus FK is just something that the animators have to deal with, you know.
Oh, okay. So okay, I was just wondering.
You can switch that back to mitten or back to FK, which is the circles.
And how do I do that?
It's on that same wrist control that you clicked before, the one on the back of the wrist.
All right.
There you go. And then in that box, click that and then type in 1 and then press enter.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Will we be needing to change them into mittens for animation?
Yeah, probably, depending on like what you're going to animate. Because it's kind of up to you. I usually leave mine in FK for anything where it's not touching stuff. But then once polish time comes, then sometimes you need to do stuff in IK, you know. So it just depends on the situation.
I'm just thinking for like, let's say if I did a walk cycle, and I don't think like I would have to move his hand, so I would need the mitten, right? I couldn't do it through the ring way.
You can definitely do it through. I animate walk cycles with FK a lot. So click on the rings that are further or closer to his body. You see how you have one right there, and then press E. and then rotate that down.
Like that? Oh.
No, Control Z that. And then on the blue axis, you see that?
Oh, this one.
That's all. Yeah, but so see how you can get your arm lower that way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, all right, then I'll just start on the skin weights. That way it could,
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can definitely, you can get some nice poses in FK as well. Also, that they interpolate nicer. When you do when Maya does the tweens for you, then IK a lot, but they both have their strengths and weaknesses. So that'll just be a matter of getting experience with it.
But a question, Mike. You know how you said we only need 10 class to do one side because then we can mirror it in the end?
Yeah.
So every single time I mirror it, it'll like mirror it, I guess, how do I explain it? It'll just mirror like one or two parts. Everything else stays the same. And the part that it mirrored, I guess that other side they pretty much just flip instead.
Could you share your screen on this one? This sounds like
yes.
Because I have a few ideas of what's going on.
There you go. So let me just select all of these. Oh no, I can't see it. There you go. And then mirror. So it's supposed to be positive to negative. Choose point surface and then choose joint, right? Or closest joint.
Which side did you paint the skin weights on?
This side.
The blue side?
Right side? Or to the right of us, I guess.
To the like on screen right.
Here you go. On the blue side, yes.
Yeah. So so we're gonna try to mirror left to right. So that should be positive to negative. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, then click apply.
So then what happens is, let me close that, and then so the pants is still there on that side, right? But then when I go on the right hip, it's not there. Instead, it's the leg. So I'm like highly confused on what's going on.
Wait, move the character like controls around, like press W and then grab one of those feet. Like click on that little blue foot control down there. Yeah, that one. And then press W and move it up. Yeah, weird. So I'm thinking maybe Maya can't do every single mesh at once. So click back on your legs. Click on the legs, like the leg mesh.
So technically they're like separate submeshes. So
yeah. So click on the one that controls the legs, or the one that there you go, body low. So click only body low.
Oh, okay.
And then go into skin and then mirror skin weights again. And then click apply. And then move that leg again. That same foot control.
No. I've been duped.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh wait, not wait, let me reload this really quick.
Yeah.
You never like to hear that when you're working in Maya.
Okay, so first this leg, it should be fine. Yeah, okay, that leg is fine. So then let me just try to do what you said. Mirror just
one piece. Yeah.
Oh wait, nope.
That took it work. Yeah.
Oh.
There, and then try moving the leg. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what happened in like the first time around there, I guess, but
I don't know. Try
like that.
now try to do the shoes.
Okay.
Put the shoes in there. And then mirror skin weights. And then move the leg around.
Okay, that's working now.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
All right, that's weird, but
move the blue side as well. like the blue foot control,
Oh,
just to make
to
sure that
see
they
that.
both work.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
I guess it's just individually.
I think it was because you selected all the objects at once, and Maya did not like
Just
that.
like, no.
Maya's
Right.
like, nope, one piece
Thank
at a
you.
time, please. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Wait, when is the animation due again?
End
Is it
of the
next week?
semester. End of the semester.
Oh,
The rig is due next week, starting class.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna the rest of the semester is just gonna be animating and rendering. And you guys better fucking render ahead of time because it takes a considerable amount of time.
I can't believe we're finally getting to the animation part of computer animation.
Dude, right? Man, I wish it was just animation. Like if I could do what I wanted and not what was best for you guys, I would just be animation 24/7. A little bit of ZBrush sculpting, boom. But yeah, it's pretty tragic because also then the animation quality suffers because one, you're like animating your first thing on a full character pretty much, and there's not enough time. There's just not enough to get good results. But you know, it's just how it is sometimes.
Just go ballistic with it. Just have any students are going to take this class in fall. Just have them do assignments in summer instead.
I wish I could be that cruel. That'd be amazing. Also,
you would understand in the end. It makes sense.
It'd be so sick. Do you teach computer animation too? For this semester, yes, but not for next semester. Ideally, I'd like to have control of both, so I could do like one and then know what you guys know going into computer animation 2, so I could do cooler stuff. But right now it's just like a hodgepodge of people that took like John's class and then my class before I updated it and then my class after I updated it. So like people just have different skills going into there. So I wish I could make it kind of more uniform. But yeah, that's the hope eventually. But
Oh, yeah, because for their class, like I know some students in that are in it where they're not using ZBrush at all. So
no,
it was like mainly in Maya.
They don't use ZBrush at all. It's like pure Maya stuff, which is it's cool, but I feel like it's sad because ZBrush is super cool. I don't think they do Substance either, which is a shame as well because Substance makes texturing fun. And like the old way of doing it is basically just you export an image of your UVs and then you paint over it in like Photoshop, and it would just be it's just so sad.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah. How do I change the size of the brush for painting skin weights? It's B, and then I think it's middle click drag. Let me see 1 second.
Yeah, you hold B and then you, mouse one click and you could drag it from there.
Yeah, B. Yeah, hold B and left click and drag left and right. But yeah, I'd like to have computer animation 2 for forever.
So you're not teaching it next semester, but you're going to teach it like the following semester, or?
I don't know. It's just a matter of what Shimby gives me. Right now, I'm going to be teaching animation 2 next semester. So in that one, I'm going to do like traditional stuff for the first half of the class, and then I'm going to do 3D to bully them into getting into computer animation.
Damn, I'm getting bamboozled here.
You're getting bamboozled.
I wish I'd had that for animation too.
Hell yeah. Because I realized that I hate hand drawing my animation. My wrists explode and my fingers are like sore the next day. So yeah, I wish I had a class that was just a lot of computer animation. So that's what I'm doing for that. Also, there's no like 2D animation, like physical like animation jobs. Like that's all done in like Korea and India and stuff like that. Like it's.
Are you talking about like on paper?
On paper, yeah.
Or like that was
for 2D stuff, I guess.
I had Tom Decker for animation too. And admittedly, that semester was kind of messed up because it was last spring. But
oh god, yeah.
I was just sitting there going like, okay, this is good. I'm learning the principles, but I don't think these studios exist in the US anymore.
No, they don't. They don't.
Like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I think Powerhouse in Texas does, but I don't know. What did you guys learn? If you remember, like, what did you guys learn in that class? Like, what were the assignments like?
Was it the same as animation 1 or no?
I want to say more or less the same as animation 1, but like jazz it up a little bit. Let me find my folder. I'm pretty sure. See, I'm bummed because I didn't get to turn in like the final ish of one of my assignments because I like went home and it was on the Illus server. I was like, well, sorry, Tom, I can't submit it. It's on the Illus server and I cannot access the Illus server right now.
Damn.
Then somebody got it off the Illus server and sent it to me, but I didn't have the right version of TV Paint to open it. I was just like, well, this sucks.
That hurts.
Finally got TV Paint, like a license for the one that they give you in the lab. I opened it. I was like, yes, it's still here. Wow, this really could be touched up, but it's not gone forever.
But yeah, I'd be curious to see what
Spring
what they
2020.
got in there. I just got Toon Boom Harmony.
TV Paint is a good program. It's just so spooky if you lose the USB. Like, because the thing is, the Scope can provide one, which is but it's in like an account. You don't need a USB. But if you bought one for yourself, they give you a USB that you need so TV Paint can work on your computer. If you don't have it, it's not gonna open.
Oh, really? It's like the license is on there or something.
Yeah. If you buy the license completely, they have like a CD, but let's be honest, no computer has CDs anymore.
Right? Yeah.
Not even my tower has a CD drive.
You have like a USB drive instead, and then if you lose it, well, buy another one, I guess.
Oh my god.
What's in my animation 2 folder is an interrupted walk cycle, lip sync, 2 character performance, show of force, and designing a character. I want to say, and we did like a little bit of a storyboarding assignment also.
Wait, could you go over those again? 1 second, let me write them down. Wow. So what was that again?
One of them was an interrupted walk cycle and a lip sync and a performance with 2 characters in it.
Wait, all of that was the same animation?
No.
Oh, okay.
Those were different assignments.
Okay, so
interrupted walk cycle walk was the last one.
Okay, and then you said lip sync?
Yeah. Just like a show of effort, like moving a heavy object.
Moving a heavy object, okay, yeah.
Or not moving a heavy object. And designing a character. I want to say that we, like, the idea of it was that we were going to design like a couple characters at the beginning of class and then carry it on and like use them in different assignments. I know I used the same character or like a derivative of that character in at least 2, but like it was a dragon, so I did use like a person for the lip sync one. I was like, I don't think I want to do like a
dragon lip sync.
Dragon lip sync on this one.
Well, dude, just get Benedict Cumberbatch in there and shoot some mocap with his human skeleton. I had to make my own voices. That's sick. I love that. That's super sick. Voice acting is dope. Damn. Okay. So let me get this straight. Interrupted walk cycle, lip sync, a show of effort, and then design a character that does something as well.
Yeah, it's all kind of a little bit fuzzy because character turnaround. We did we did the turnaround for the character, and then whatever I'm looking at right now, like we storyboarded out, like we had an assignment where we were storyboarding out like a little story that we came up with, but I don't like, at least the way mine worked out, like this was too long to do for just
for an assignment. Yeah.
For an assignment. I don't remember how this was supposed to factor into our assignment specifically.
Damn.
But there was like also a story and like writing component of the class.
How did the workload feel in that? Was it too heavy, too light?
It didn't feel too heavy. I ended up not doing a lot of it because or not like a lot of it, but just I turned in a lot of assignments kind of like I got keyframes because it was spring 2020.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Frick.
So yeah, that actually sounds similar to Animation 1 then. The only difference is that you're right, like they just added some jazz in it, or like, you know.
A run with a pan background. That was the other thing. Just digging around in my folder. Pan background was an important part. We were supposed to do something with a pan background. Mine wasn't a run, but my interrupted walk was on a pan background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Raphael, what was Animation 1's sort of assignments?
I mean, it was pretty much the same thing. Like the first thing that we had to do, well, first Tom usually had us do like a weekly sketch of some sort.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, so every week we had to do some sort of sketch, and then he had it prepped, like whether it was like gestures or poses. But for the first assignment, I believe the first week was just like animate anything you want. He just wanted to see what we were able to do in a week.
Yeah.
So we would just go ham on that. And then it was pretty much create a few characters with the idea that you're gonna animate these characters. So not just a character design, but a character that you're gonna, I guess, animate essentially.
Interesting. Okay.
And then for that we did, or besides that we did the flower sack animation, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna do that animation too. And then we did a walk cycle as well. Instead of an interrupted, we had an attitude walk cycle.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
And then we also did a heavy object, which is just involving a character picking up a heavy object and then doing a turnaround and walk outside of the frame again. Besides that, for the final, it was an experimental animation. So he just had to essentially do whatever he wanted, just incorporate everything. And then I believe for week 2, we had, what's it called? It's not frame by frame. Was it frame by frame? Yeah. Straight ahead. That's what it was. Yeah, we had to animate using straight ahead method.
Oh,
and see how it went.
Okay.
And the next week after that was pose to pose.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Straight head. Pose to pose.
Yeah, we also had like that head and turn around. It's like character turns, reacting to something.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, the head turn.
Head turn. Yeah. I remember that one.
My painful boppo neck just went snapped.
So let me get this straight. It was first week was animate what you want, and then what was between that and flower sack? What was it like? Design the character.
Yeah, design a character. The flower sack animation was, it pretty much falls off a cliff and everything.
Yeah. Then flower sack, then attitude walk, and then show of effort, like pick up something heavy and then walk out of frame. Then straight ahead animation, and then pose to pose animation, and then head turn. That was the.
Oh, okay. So straight ahead animation was okay. I guess let me try to reorganize this. The first was essentially, animate anything you want because you just wanted to see what you could do. The second was straight ahead, just because it's like something a lot of people do. And then it was pose to pose.
Yeah.
So those two were technically taught in the same week, and we just get to choose which one we wanted to experiment with. Or, you could do a mixture of.
Yeah.
And then the flower sack animation was a bit later, because the thing is you just had to design a character.
Yeah.
So flower sack animation came after that, which was essentially falling off a cliff and then just landing on the floor. And then you just walk outside of the frame after that.
Oh, okay. So the flower sack did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had no character. It was just a flower sack.
Okay.
And then how he set up the animations was essentially using less part of the body while building up to full body. So the head turn was the next one because you just had to do the head and the neck and it reacting to something.
Yeah.
And then we'll usually like build off of that and then eventually move from the head to torso or stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that sounds sick. Okay. Good amount of stuff in there. Heavy objects as well. Oh, and it had to animate a leaf. Nice. Don't want to interrupt the conversation, but I think I'm done with the arm. Can check it. I can check it out now. Yeah, that takes precedence. I'm just chatting with y'all. Yeah, Tammy, send over that arm, and then I will look at it on my end. But yeah, thanks for that info, guys. That's gonna be helpful. I want to know how to design that class. Yeah, Tammy, you can just paste that into Discord, and then I'll grab it. Whoa, check it out on my side.
I just uploaded on Discord.
Let me grab that. Let me share my screen again. Screen two. All right. Nice. Looking good. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Let's see. Let's keep going. Spin this up and down. Looking good. Yeah. Yep. Let's check this last finger and aha. Yep, perfect. Nice. That looks awesome. Good stuff. How'd you enjoy the process of painting skin weights?
It took me so long.
Yeah. I'm sure that is the name of the game.
So I will just upload this file onto Dropbox.
Yeah, and then you should be good to go. I'm gonna see if I can fix I wonder what's going on with these verts though. I'm gonna figure that out for a second.
Oh, that usually happens when there's like a separate section that has some sort of influence on that.
Right, that's what I was checking out. But here it's a 1-to-1. You see that?
Ooh.
The wrist joint is the only one that has those. Let's see. Can I do would this work? Let's see. Edit, delete by type, non-deform history. No, that did not work. Did these just get simply moved? The skin weights are all, they're all right on that, but it's all on the wrist joint as well. Yeah, I think at some point you just moved those verts and and yeah. But yeah, looking good, looking good. Feel free to turn that in.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Quick question, Mike. Do you happen to know if a student is going to take special studies 3 times, are they still allowed to take animation 2, or computer animation too, by any chance?
Special studies. Is that for your film? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, because for film we usually have, I think, 2 semesters.
Mhm.
But then there's also a special studies section where you're able to use it for a portfolio base.
Mhm.
So you just build up a work portfolio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that because I have in computer animation 2, there's also like 4 animation 4 students in there that are like they're just working entirely on their films. I think you'd have to contact the professor for animation 2 or computer animation 2 and ask them if they're okay with you using that for their film progress. But yeah, I think it's entirely possible.
Okay, yeah, because I remember like I checked and it says that we were only able to take 9 units. That's, I guess, extra credit, and I guess under that is the animation 2 and then the computer animation 2.
Oh,
Also,
I see. Okay.
so I'm like, I think special studies technically fills that, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I would ask one of the counselors then. I would just email the counseling or advising department and yeah, make sure there because they know more of like the raw like this is you're over budget for your credits stuff. Like I don't know much of that, so yeah. But yeah, also yeah, everyone that hasn't if you haven't registered for classes, please stay on top of that because classes go fast and I don't want to see you guys miss out. But yeah.
Hey, Mike, can I send over my file?
100%, yeah. Send it my way.
Okay.
I'll check it out. Be right back. 1 second. I hear one of the cats causing problems in here. Whew. Sorry about that, y'all. They always say cats are so clean, but you know, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they are not. I'm convinced that's a lie. Let's see. So I believe Luis was sending me. Yes, here we go. This, and then what did I miss in the chat? I was just wondering when you guys' registration day, 14th, last Monday, so early. I don't know how I did that. It's my second to the last semester. Yeah, second to last semester is when you definitely just don't have problems getting classes. I think mine is 13th, probably. Oh, yeah. It's like a lot of classes running out of spots. Yeah, always, even if the classes fill up, just email the professor and ask them if you can add. Because usually I just add people in here if they're wanting to. Decreased. To register for summer. Don't know what we left by honors. Better. Yeah, you gotta fight for spots. Yeah, that's right. We'll try. Nice. I want to take animation 2. Oh, frick. I mean, get in there. Get in there. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. Let's open up Luis's file and see what's going on. Nice. Damn. Hell yeah. I got a question here about that one. Hell yeah. 100%. Oh.
I have a question.
Luis, I'm seeing that you have an issue with how your joint is set up. It looks like your pull vector is messed up in that auto rig. Remember how I said keep it pointing away from the model?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's not going to be easily fixed. The skin weights look nice though. The skin weights look pretty good. Some of this is affecting back here a little bit. This is does this have skin weights on it, or is it rapid form? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Shoot, dude, this is gonna be messed up a little bit. Suppose we could just animate it with a broken arm the whole time and pretend like it's good in the posing, like this. Oh no. Yeah. Shit.
Can I just start over?
Maybe. Let's see what because you can. There's one thing you can do that can maybe save it. Let's go to skin. Or let's go to UVs to check. UV editor. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. A lot of it's gonna be good, but see what we can do is do UV. Wait, no. Rigging, skin. Where is it? Export weight maps, and then you'll do map size X. You're gonna do like 4. What's it? 4096, I think. 4096 right here. And then yeah, and then you're gonna export that. You could go back into that first file where you did the rig like right before you click generate rig, and then fix that on the proxies where like to get that elbow to point back, and then you could open it up again, and then import this, import the weight maps that it's about to export. It's definitely weird, but that's a process that could help us here. Let's make sure that it's not just the FK that's messed up. Let's make sure that IK is also, yeah. So the IK, see how your pull vector is up here, like this right here. So that's just in the wrong spot, unfortunately. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if that was your question exactly. More just an unfortunate discovery at this point. Let's see. Let's check the feet though. Feet look good. Damn, this file is chugging. Edit, delete all by type, non-deformer history. Let's see if that speeds it up. Nope. All up, down. Okay, that'll be fine. Yeah, everything else is looking pretty good. Let's check the spine. Yeah. Yeah, looking pretty good. Shit. I wonder if, man. Let me Google some stuff for you too. Kiwi, does your question require me having a file or anything, or is it just some extraneous?
No, I'm just having brain loss from 2 weeks ago, and I can't remember how to flood filled skin weights.
Oh, yeah. You select all the verts that you want to flood to, and then, so like if I was trying to flood this elbow, I'd want to flood pretty much everything from the elbow onward. So I'd go into Paint Skin Weights tool right here. And we're looking for elbow right there. And then you go into select mode. And then you select all your vertices right there. You go back into paint mode.
Okay, I think I was forgetting I know I was forgetting about the actual selecting of the vertices on the mesh.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
let's see where this goes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Sounds good.
Thanks.
Good luck, my friend. Oh no, the cats are getting restless. They know dinner time approaches. Yeah, and so sorry for having to go in, tend to them. I'm in charge of the cats for the next 5 days. So, my apartment, or my roommates are out of here. So, let's see. Luis, you could also. Do you have a version of the file that's not like doesn't have like when you're just placing the proxies? Did you save out like I said you do? Where you click?
I did, but I think I accidentally saved, and I think I just have to start over.
I wouldn't start over entirely. Shoot. Because like the skin weights that you have here are pretty good. They're pretty good. It'd be a shame to see you start that over.
It doesn't matter. I've started over multiple times already, and like I kind of gotten faster at doing all of it.
I mean, that is a benefit of doing that. Like, yeah. But yeah, you can also if you remake that skeleton, you can potentially open up this file and do skin or deform export weights, and then import weights when you bind it again to that new fixed skeleton. That works.
Okay. So the problem was to make the arrows go away from the body.
They need to be pointing directly back in space.
Oh, okay.
They need to be pointing this way. They need to be pointing back that way,
Yeah.
away from the elbow.
Okay. I also had another question. How do you get the skeleton to like be like thin lines the way you have it? Because for me, they're just like giant circles and triangles.
Oh, okay. What you can do is go to display, animation, joint size. That's going to pop up this little slider, and you can make those massive or really tiny, whatever you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Keely, what are you making faces for? What's happening over there?
Frustration between this is the best part of the song and I have a question I want to ask.
Oh.
I have I select the vertices and then I click over into the paint skin weights tool and like the selection goes away. Like it changes from being like the view mode to being like the minty green hand with the white bones in it.
Yeah. Let me go to paint skin weights here. So you're saying like your screen, they look like this in the select mode, right? Mm-hmm. And then you go into paint skin weights tool, and look like this.
Well, without the yellow dot.
Really?
Or the divert.
Oh, are you in paint mode, or are you in select mode in here?
I'm in paint select mode.
All right, go back to paint mode then.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm taking clicking buttons class. Thank you. Here all night.
That's my favorite way of having this course be described. That's amazing. I'm taking clicking buttons class. It's accurate. 100%.
All right, I'm hitting flood and nothing appears to be happening. I have those 2 joints unlocked, or those.
Oh, unlock everything when you're flooding stuff. Locking down the 2 joints, that's only for when you're trying to fix weights or when you're like smoothing weights, you know.
Wait. I got nothing. Or just.
Are you? What paint operation are you on? Are you on add?
I'm on replace.
On replace.
But
okay.
all of the options in here are grayed out.
Oh. Would you mind sharing your screen? Because I'm a bit stumped now. Oh, hello, Mama. She's like, feed me. It's time. It's not even time yet, Mama. I'll feed you when the classes break. So let's see. Okay. So switch over mode that you see at the Mama. Yeah, go to paint. There you go. And then
I think 100%. I think I just said I'm clicking buttons, and then I did not click the button.
Then there you go. Nice. There you go. Yes, Mama. Is it food time? Is it time for that foodsy? Yeah, I'm sure it's the foodsy. We'll go on break at 6, so I'll stick around for 5 more minutes while the cats meow. Then we'll be back. Let's do a shorter one. Let's do like a 6:30 because I'm anticipating this class to not go very long. You know, it seems pretty slow. But yeah, keep sending me your questions, y'all. I will answer them. I will answer any question. Any question at all.
Mike, at some point when I get to a decent enough point with my what were we doing again? The whole thing with the placing the joints and stuff. I'd like to send you my model to take you up on that hair thing that you mentioned.
Yeah. 100%. Sounds good.
Cool. Appreciate it. I'll let you know when.
Yeah, dude.
I have friends we play Call of Duty with sometimes, and one of my friends is just like, yeah, we're just clicking on people.
That is, yeah, it's 100% the game. Hell yeah.
It's what you do.
That's you guys play on PC then? Hell yeah. It's the only way to play FPSs. It's the only way.
Video games.
Video games. The black screen of death. Oh God, Matt, what happened? I'm just not understanding skin weights at all. Can you help me a bit after the break? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. %. And with that, we're going to go on break. I'll be back at 6:30. And I'll answer Edgar's questions. I'll keep answering yours. I'll stick around for a little while. But yeah, so I'll be back 6:30.
Feed Big Mama.
Oh yeah, she's going to get nourished.
Yes.
See you later, y'all. Here.
It's like, I don't know why it just wasn't making sense earlier, but it's making more sense now. Whenever I would try to like paint some of that white on there, and like let's say I would click on another part, it would undo. Like nothing I was doing was saving.
Yeah, it's because you had everything locked down, right? So I have everything in my list locked down. But even if I use the paint function and I go to add and I'm like, haha, paint all this. And then I go select something else and then go back, like it didn't change anything because they were all locked down, right?
Right.
So now let me show you another problem that you're going to encounter. 100%. Let's do the legs again because they're easy to see. This will most likely happen. Let's see in the list. There we go. So I'm going to give away some of the weight of this hip joint to like a random joint like suspender bottom. Where is this? So suspender bottom is right here. Let's do the left one just so it makes even more sense. Actually, not fine. Fuck it. Let's do the right one so it makes even less sense. So I'm gonna unlock this. And I'm gonna unlock that hip because you can't push weights around if both of them are locked, you know. So let's get just those two unlocked, and I'm gonna add a little bit in here, right? So this is gonna happen as you go through, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell? Why did this happen?" So now when I move my leg, you're gonna see some problems. Up there, see that? See how those verts are moving around?
Yeah, I actually encountered this problem. Like when I move the arm down, the ear also bends with it. Like it'll distort with the arm.
So how you fix that is by taking in that concept of where those weights belong, right? So I know that these verts on the suspenders, they belong with the suspenders, right? Like they don't belong to this control down, like to this leg control down here. That doesn't make any sense, right? So if we go to paint skin weights tool, what you need to do is find the control that has the weight, right? So it's really easy to, in this list, press just like your up and down arrows and you're like, okay, what's controlling that? I'm gonna go through this list and, oh, there it is. So apparently leg hip joint has control in this. So what you need to do is ask yourself, like, where does that weight actually belong? And the answer is on the suspender control, like right on top of it, like the one that's controlling this area, right? And then what you do is at this point, this is when you right click, lock inverse selection. So you make sure everything's locked down. You don't want to give your weights or steal your weights away from anything else. You're just trying to fix these two, right? Because this leg fraudulently has some of the weight on here, so it doesn't need that. So you unlock that leg, and you unlock that suspender, and you can just go with your add brush and in paint mode with max value, max opacity, and just paint over that, right? And I can be sloppy about this too, right? I can just, oh man, I'm giving it so much weight, right? But then when you click on something else and then click back onto it, notice how it didn't accept that. That's because all the joints that had the weight of all this stuff were locked because we did a lock inverse selection, right? Now where we would encounter a problem is if I started painting over some of these verts because these verts, this leg joint, this hip joint controls some of those verts. So if I paint it over there, then we have a problem, right? Because now if I move that leg, it's basically the exact opposite of the problem that we had before, where the leg was controlling verts up there. Now it's the exact opposite. So then you'd ask yourself again, paint skin weights tool. You'd be like, oh man, what joint in this list has the weights? Oh, it's this one. It's this one right here. So then you just unlock those two joints, right? Because these verts belong to that leg. Then you go to the leg, and you just go to add. Boom. And again, you can be pretty sloppy with this. You don't have to be super clean because you've locked all the other weights in the list. And there you go. It's all fixed. So yeah, I hope that helps with just some of the concepts of that. The next step would be smoothing. So if you have, let me go back down to my leg. Let me unlock this. So right now I have a nice smooth gradient and it deforms nicely. If I paint over this, whoops, now it's a pretty harsh fall off, right? Let's paint back onto this. Pretty harsh fall off. So now when I raise that leg, you're going to see that knee kind of bend really sharply. Helps if I turn this on too. Yeah, that knee bends really sharp. But we can smooth out the transition here by clicking on the skin weights, paint skin weights tool. And we know that we're trying to smooth between the hip and the knee, right? Because those are the two joints right here. This knee joint, we want to smooth between those. So if I go to smooth and then start painting over this with my smooth function, and only those two unlocked, like everything else is locked. So if you have another joint in the list unlocked right now, like that suspender joint, and you start smoothing, some of these values can get smoothed onto that suspender joint, and then it's completely fucked up. Like when you move your leg, it's going to start doing that. Like if I, like, yeah. So just be careful about that. Just remember, you can unlock everything if you're flooding. You can also diagnose stuff by going in through that list and kind of visually seeing where those weights are with which joints they're controlling. So if you see anything out of place, like you saw, when I was helping Susie in that last video at the very end, like that's basically exactly how you go and fix that sort of stuff. But yeah, and then only two joints unlocked when you're kind of stealing the weight away from the one that has it, and only two joints unlocked when you're smoothing as well. So other than that, you're working with mostly just completely locked in joints. But yeah, does that work for you? Does that help
works
you
for
out?
me.
Okay.
Yeah, that helps out a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, let me know how it goes, because I want to make sure you're not left in the dark, you know. But yeah, any other questions, y'all? Any other questions?
Do you remember how last time, not last week, but like we were both looking at my hand and then immediately, like suddenly all of my painting, like my weight painting progress was just lost. Like it went away.
Yeah.
It did that again, and I was able to fix it by just hitting Control Z, like until it looked okay again. But like, what?
Really?
What? What? Why does that?
I've noticed that when you're flooding stuff, and then sometimes when you press Control Z, it does that. It does weird shit like that. During the flooding process, during smoothing and adding, I 1000% agree. That should not be a thing. So yeah, I think that's what causes that sometimes, but I don't know. I would have to see like what you're pressing. But I also don't think it's probably something that you're particularly doing. I don't know.
It doesn't seem like it should be a feature.
Like I don't think it's a feature. I think it's just a straight up bug. I don't think unless you're clicking a flood with like a weird selection, or maybe maybe you're like smoothing, maybe you're like pressing smooth on all of it or something, like you're flood smoothing something, you know, rather than flood adding or replacing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe something like that. That could be, but again, I won't be able to tell you unless I like see that happen before my own eyes, you know. But even then, I did see it happen before my own eyes, and I didn't. I think it was that undo. Like let me know if it happens again, and if it happened immediately after an undo when you were flooding.
All right.
Also, be careful when you're smoothing weights directly after like flooding, because sometimes it can just mess up there, and it will give you a little error, a little warning down in the bottom right, a little yellow one that says like could not normalize weights or something. And those ones you can usually just undo, but that's usually during the smoothing step.
All right.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm doing the proxies, and what do I have to do to avoid what I did last time?
So last time you took you took the elbow and you moved it either up or down, one of those two. So make sure that you're leaving that completely in line with the other ones. In order to do that nicely, you can hold W and left click, and then that will open up your like movement space menu. So notice how when I select this shoulder right here, it's just in world, it's in world space right now, like where these manipulators are pointing. But if I hold W and left click and go into object mode, boom, see how that's now oriented to that joint. Let me turn this off. Let me press the plus right there. So yeah, you see that world and object, world, object. So when you're messing around with that elbow, make sure you're in object mode and make sure you don't go up or down at all. If you use the red and the blue, you should be good. But yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense for you?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice, nice. Good stuff, Rodney. Good stuff. Hell yeah.
Thank you. Again, it's not completely to my liking, but given the hardware limitations, I mean,
yeah, you have 512 pixels to work with there. That's like almost N64 level. Like that's but yeah. So yeah, dude, if you get a better graphics card in there, that'd be sick, dude. Be able to conquer those textures, dude. But yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get into building a PC for like a while now, but like it keeps getting pushed back because of other things. And plus, like building a PC, I think is like a big endeavor on its own. I wouldn't know where to start.
It's not too bad, actually. I mean, like, if you have the components, it's more about researching the components, I find, and then when you're actually putting it together, like it's kind of just like complex Legos. And it usually just takes like a day. And if you have a friend that knows how to do it too, definitely contact them. And yeah, it should be good.
Gotcha.
They say that's like adult Legos. Best with a friend that's done it before. Yep, 100%. 100%. Also, make sure you don't have a bunch of static in your room. Don't rub your socks against the floor before you do it. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, building computers, not like, I guess you haven't encountered a class where you needed to upgrade your computer for it, but yeah, 3D definitely would be the one. You know, it's gonna need a little bit more power in there. Janelle and Guy anywhere? They helped me build one. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, nice. Good stuff. Yeah, I always say that the computer it's just a really good investment, you know. Like, I wouldn't have been able to get my first job without having a computer during college and being able to do all the work, you know, required. Pretty sure it's iBuyPower or something. Nice. Yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, for animation, it's probably not as necessary, because you can both animate your character and render out in Arnold on like the CPU, but like more GPU driven things like Substance Painter, that's definitely going to need an upgrade. If only the RTX 3080s were still there. Dude, someone in my computer animation 2 class has a 3080 or 3090, I think. And I was like, oh my God.
What do you need all that power for?
It was a graduation gift to them. And
understandable.
So yeah, she rendered out her entire like animation in like 3 minutes or something. It was insane. I was like, what the fuck?
I know someone who's building a computer and like has been just posting about like, look at this great deal I got on 64 gigabytes of RGB RAM. I'm like, what are you even going to use all that for?
Hell yeah. Do you know how many tabs of Google Chrome they're going to have open? Thousands.
I was like, you're not. God, it was just made me so mad. It was like, you don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM.
I mean, I have
not
32,
for what you're going to use,
and
not for what you're going to be doing with it. You're going to be playing games on it sometimes.
True. Yeah.
Like, it's nice to have, but I don't know. I'm a little jealous, but
I'm a little jealous.
Just like,
one day, Keely, we'll be able to have a God tier setup, and it'll be amazing.
I don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM to game.
But if you're doing production stuff,
if you're doing production stuff, could be handy.
Could be useful.
Like I was wondering if you could look over mines.
Yeah,
Because I was gonna start adding joints to the ears, but before I did that, I wanted to make sure I have everything else set.
Yeah. Do you want to help me? Do you want me to just add the joints for you?
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Because that is like I said, that's outside of the scope of the class. Like I showed you guys how to do it. I have videos on it, but like it's gonna be I don't want you guys, especially a week before it's due, to be messing around with that.
Okay. Let me just save it right now and then
Yeah, send it over. Send it over, my guy.
oh, I forgot I have so many different versions. There we go. Should be that one.
See it. Let's download this bad boy. All right. Open scene. Bapo 95. Don't save.
Oh my.
All righty. So that's just that. All right. So I've been getting this question a lot. So I'd like everyone to look at the screen. Sometimes when you make the character, it just has joints like this. What you can do, this is just all visual, just the size of these. You can just go to display, animation, joint size, and then crank that down. Whoop. And it's all nice and not insane again.
Yeah, I don't know why it popped up like that. My end is smaller.
That just has to do with, I think, our local size in Maya. Like we might have a different like scale of this grid, you know. Like you might be on meters and I'm on centimeters. Okay, so you do have it bound already as well. So basically these joints are going to go up off of this head, right? Wait, let me check your, did you want me to check your skin weights first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one that's probably the most problematic right now is probably like the hip or waist area. Everything else should be fine, I believe, hopefully.
That's looking good. It's looking good. Let's see this little like.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes, his hip doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, yeah. So basically, it would just be a matter of
that like in half, right? Or
yeah.
Because I tried multiple. I'm like, I tried that in half, and then it'll stretch like the upper part.
So let's give this a go. I'm gonna do some other skinning tools. Let's see, copy. Oh wait, what did that do? Copy vertex weights. Two things still selected. There you go. Skin. Copy vertex weight. That's insane. Why? Oh, I probably am in. Yep, symmetry. There we go. Skin. Copy vertex weights. Let's go in here.
For them would be like how you did it, where you like made another one to separate it and then just follow it as a child. Or would it be a different approach?
No, I think it'd be the like that. That could be the deformer, but I think this would be fine. Paste vertex weights. Okay, so this skin copy vertex weights. Vertex skin. Paste vertex weights. Boop, right there. There we go. And then here are skin weights. All right, that should be pretty good now. Yeah, about as good as we're gonna get. Let's check this. Oh, weird.
No, it's the top part.
The top part, yeah. That needs a little bit of help. Let me just do that. Maybe this will work. Let's see. No.
Yeah, that part was like the one I had most trouble with.
Yeah, it's because you have like a bunch of different. Okay, yeah. So that needs to just have like this value. Miscellaneous tool. General vigor, component vigor, smooth skin, main hip, and spine 01. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. So we need to give this just a little bit. There we go. Select all these. Go. Spine 01. Let's give this like 0.2 or something. Let's get more. Let's do like 0.4. There we go. Yep, there we go. There we go. And then let's select all the mid ones and hammer skin weights. Skin, copy vertex weights.
So for that one, what does hammer vertex mean?
It basically it looks at your selection of verts and then it looks at the surrounding verts and tries to average it out with those in addition to the surrounding joints, like the closest joints. So it's like a brute force method. I don't recommend it for just starting off, but yeah, it is effective though.
And then you just copied the weights from the top to the middle one, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. This one is a little bit more on these. So I'm just going in to these right here. And spine 01, I'm giving it 0.3. Oops, never mind, I'm not giving this 0.8. Ooh. Paint scheme weights tool. Let's normalize weights interactive. Yes, normalize weights now. Perfect. Vertex 0.8. 0.9. There you go. So there you go. That's like looking pretty fixed now. Let me get this back to default pose.
That makes more sense.
Let's deselect all this mesh. It maybe, I don't know. That was a weird like I don't recommend that method for like learning, like what all those tools that I was doing, but they definitely work. They work pretty nice. Let me going to yeah, I guess I'll just make the ears now. Let me save this file as is. File save scene. 95. Are you? Is this your 95th iteration? Is this what?
No, it's probably like 20 something, but not 90. No, not to that extent.
Don't hide it. Come on, be proud of your iterations. It means you're being very safe when you're working. But yeah, so let's get some extra joints in here. Let me go into skeleton, create joints, and I'm just going to click. Let's give them just 2 in here. Beep, bop, right there. And then we could do a tip as well, just for posterity's sake. It's not like we're going to be using any sort of IK handle on this or anything. So. Go. Let's get this more evenly spaced. Then do child and then parent. Oh, I need to make this not reference. There we go. Child and then parent, and then press P, and you can see that it draws that bone to that next joint in the line. And then with this selected, we're going to select all these, and we're going to skeleton, orient joints. There we go. That'll do its best to give us the same orientation, because like on these joints, there's not just the joint rotation. There's also like a rotation on there's not the rotation just in the channel box. There's also rotation on the joint itself. So that's what that orient joints button does. It just kind of gets those all aligned. And that's looking pretty good. Pretty center of mass right there. And next step is create a curve, NURBS primitive circle right here. And then I'm going to Control G group that. There we go. And we're going to start making our control hierarchy for that ear. I'm also going to mirror joints. So skeleton, mirror joints. Let's see. Mirror across X, Y. Yeah. Behavior, orientation. Let's just do that. Yeah. Oops. Let's do orientation then. Also, not across X, Y, across Y, Z. There we go. Orientation. Now let's undo that. Let's do behavior. Yeah, there we go. It's looking good. Looking good. There we go. Then let's start working on our controls here. Actually, let's just name the shit out of these so we don't get lost later. Let's do L underscore ear joint 1. All right. So L underscore ear control 1. Now let's open up our outliner so we can really see group. We're going to say L underscore ear control group 1. There we go. And we only have 1, 2, 3 of those. So let's do that. Boom, boom. Let's make sure these are named properly as well. And I'm just going to move these into that. There we go. So now we align. Does this work? And objects. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, I'll just do this a separate way. So let's find this joint in the hierarchy. There we go. Let's get this some zeroed out values. We're going to duplicate this and modify search and replace names. We're going to do look for L underscore and replace that with R underscore. Hierarchy, boom. Fix all that. There we go, close. And then we should be able to Let's see if this works. Control G, make a group. And if we scale it on -1, boom. And then Shift P all this. Let's see if those orientations are looking good. There we go. There we go. Looking nice, looking nice, looking nice. Hell yeah. All right. And then last step is to get these into control. So child, and then parent, P, and then child, parent, P to parent. So now they're moving all of that. Go. It appears to. Oh, okay. There we go. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I haven't touched the face yet.
Well, the head joint is not moving anything, which is a bit concerning. Because this is your head control up here.
Yeah.
The neck is controlling all of it. Let me fix that real quick. Simply because I'll need to be able to preview that it's moving this stuff correctly. Let's check this. All right, that's not moving that. All right, so that. And then constrain parent, driver, driven. Parent constraint, driver, driven, parent constraint, driver, driven, parent constraint, driver, driven, parent constraint, driver, driven, parent constraint. There we go. It's working. Hell yeah. And then last step, let's get the skin weights 1 added onto the list. So let's see. Okay, skin weights tool. Let's make sure that the head is in this list somewhere. Head. There we go. Okay, yeah, it's in the list. But notice how we added on those joints, but they're not in this list at all, like anywhere. We can't even find them. That's because we haven't added them as influences yet. So what we need to do is select all those joints. Oops. And then select our mesh, and then skin. Let me save before I do this because I'm paranoid. Skin. Edit influences, add influence. Let's make sure there's nothing weird in here. Use geometry, lock weights, yeah. Add. And then paint skin weights tool. Now we should see these in the list somewhere. Head tip, yep. Ear joint, 1, 2, 3. Nothing belongs on head tip, but head does need the weights from the body. Also going to turn this back on the reference. You go to select, verts. Then we're going to go to paint, head, flood. There we go. And I'm sure you can figure out how to do the skinning for this, but
yeah, I can.
All the joints are set up now for you. So as soon as you start actually adding, once you like flood fill, then you'll have the ears moving, and you can just smooth between all those joints, and you'll be good to go.
Thank you, Mike.
No problem. So let me send this back over to you. There we go, downloads. 96. All right. Reminds me of Buster. Oh, from Arthur? Dude, hell yeah. Buster was a homie for sure, dude. Buster was a straight up homie. But yeah, I'll remain just chilling here for a while, answering questions. But yeah.
Mike, I'm doing the process where I'm adding the bones and then bringing in the textures afterwards, because you said that we could do that.
Mhm.
How would we be able to bring our textures onto the model after we've rigged it?
So the rig is just like the joint weights, right? That's what's telling the rig, that's what's telling the mesh to move. So watch on this little bunny we got here. Say I updated the texture for the shirt. I can just go into the material attributes of that shirt, and then you can see that it's forwarded to a color. I don't have the original texture map because this was sent to me from the other computer. So on Raphael's side, he would have those texture maps, and he could just drag them into this little port right there. You see that? So Lambert 1 base color right there, .png. Also make sure, because Substance comes with like the different maps for like roughness and metalness and stuff, but if you go to the material attributes, then make sure you're just using an AI standard surface shader. You can, if you don't have one in your scene, you can always hold right click, assign new material, and then navigate to Arnold, AI standard surface. I've linked this video like a few times now, so I'm just going to put this in. Did I already put it in resources or no? Let's see. No, I'm just going to put this vid in resources. 1 second. Who did I send that to? If it was Squish, there we go. This video goes over that process in detail, and it's also only like 6 minutes long, so it's like just concise and exactly what we're working with. So check that out. And yeah, so that's how you assign materials and link up your texture maps.
Okay, would that still work? Because my textures are all one one PNG that covers the entire body. It's not separated into pieces.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Yeah, because it's just wrapping that over your UV map, right? Remember?
Yeah,
so that's what the UVing step was. So as long as your UVs are good, you can just slap that material on there, and it'll all line up.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Hey, Mike.
What's up?
Does Maya have like a does it have a large cache, like stuff like After Effects and Photoshop can eat up, and like Premiere?
It can, yeah. Like where specifically are you thinking?
No, I'm experiencing a little bit of lag. I'm going a little more than usual. All I can think is this shouldn't be an issue for you, so I think I'm going to try restarting my computer and see if that helps.
Yeah, definitely do hit it with the restart. There's some like caching stuff with like playback for animation, but other places you can also do edit, delete all by type, do non-deformer history. Don't do history, just do non-deformer history. It's an edit, delete all by type. Basically, every single action you do in Maya is like recorded in its history. And if you've modeled the thing that you like have like, quad draw 1, 2, 3, 4, tweak point, like all this stuff is in there still. So you can go do delete all by type non-deformer history. The reason we do non-deformer history as opposed to history is that your skin weights count as deformer history. So if you did delete history, it would just not be bound to your rig anymore, and you'd have to start the skinning over. So be sure you do non-deformer. Yeah, I want to make it clear before.
My least favorite.
Yeah.
Having to do it again.
But yeah.
And you can't even undo deleting your history, right? Because you delete the history.
I'm pretty sure it's a one-way road. Yeah.
Big if true.
Did you delete the history? No. And okay, all right.
I'm just
like,
thinking.
No, please.
Saving your being able to undo deleting your undo history feels like something ZBrush might do, but not Maya.
True, right? That definitely, yeah.
Wait, but if you did save as, right, you would still be able to look at the history on the other file, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
100%. So usually if I delete history, I usually do a save as first. That way, if I like turbo fuck something up, then I always have like the backup, with all its history in there. I don't think you can undo past when you open up the file. So if you do like a file open, I don't think you can just undo in there. Any file open sort of command stops the undo history. Same with Control C, Control V, copy paste, which is scary because it basically imports something into your scene. I don't think you can undo imports. One time I instead of copying and pasting a animation key, I just copy and pasted the rig entirely into the scene, and I was like, oh gosh. So yeah, that was fun. That was pretty cool.
Come on, bud. Now we're just doing a whole lot of nothing.
Well, since it's a slow day, does anyone have any questions about like industry stuff or like game dev stuff specifically or anything like that? Like I'm down to answer questions that aren't just about skinning as well today. If not, that's chill, but yeah.
I noticed this thing in games that they have this thing where the farther you get away from a model, the lower poly it becomes, and then like the closer you get to it, the higher poly it becomes. Do they have to like export like multiple versions of that same model, or do they like do they like have it so that it changes its poly count on the fly? Like I never knew how that worked.
Yeah, that's called level of detail or LOD. Like they just shorten it to LOD. And they, well, honestly, it depends on what engine you're in, because Unreal, they have things that can generate those models for you. and it stores that, and it stores the the texture of that as well, and then yeah, like you said, it blends between it the further away the camera goes. You also have different types of blending where it just snaps, where it'll be like the lower res one and it'll be the higher res one. But that's more for geometry that's kind of like perfect, like or not perfect, but like easily divided up. Like think of like a mountainside. Like you could just get really close to that, and you would just keep making more and more quads, like the divide button in ZBrush. But yeah, so for just regular level of details, though, yeah, you'd make those yourself or auto generate them with the engine, and yeah, then it blends it in between it.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, some crazy stuff.
Hey, guess what just happened to my weight maps or weight painting?
They get all weird.
Yeah.
Did you undo?
Yeah.
Did it fix it?
I just opened it. There's nothing left in the undo history on this one. I'm gonna try and picks up Maya and shakes it. Why you do that?
Wait a minute. This happened. Wait, so you opened up a file and it had weird weights on it?
I started trying to like lasso the points on the rest of one of the fingers so I could start just flood filling like down the other segment. And I was like, okay, now I'm clicking around to find, because I was in lasso, and then I went back over to the paint skin weights tool and was clicking around in the list looking for, okay, what was I going to fill again? And then it's like, and then they were all cloudy. If I'm like, as far as I remember,
Shit.
I probably clicked on some other things.
See,
or it's definitely possible.
I don't know. I've never used a stylus with this, so I don't know if there's like a hotkey that you could potentially be pressing on there.
I went into my like pen bindings and there's nothing, like they're all bound to just like normal clicks. I have right click on like one of these buttons, just like clicking is clicking, and one of my other buttons is middle click. Like there's no abnormal or unusual things bound to this.
That's so weird.
Like for the most part, middle, right, and left click should all be just like pretty normal things, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like sometimes you could hold right click and then like you might drag down in this menu or something and like click something in there. I don't know, like one of these mirror skin weights, but I find that to be unlikely.
Yeah, usually when I click into that menu by accident, I hit one of the things around the side.
One of these?
What kind of menu would you call that?
This is a marquee menu, I think it's what it's called.
Huh.
But yeah, you can also just go back to the middle point right here, this little gray dot in the center of it all.
Yeah, I love that little gray dot.
It's my favorite.
It's the, okay.
Yeah.
Button.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh yeah. All right. It's fine.
It's the help, get me out of here.
Shoot. And you're not pressing flood when this is happening.
No, not that I recall, but probably not.
I don't know, dude. Something has to be going on. Something has to be going on with that.
Just gonna open that back up again, see if it is still there. One thing that I would think of is maybe like if it's keeping history in a different place than it used to, or No, because this happened before I changed the drive in my computer. I was thinking maybe like if it's trying to save something into like a directory where like I don't know. ZBrush seemed to have a lot of wow, I'm just not good at talking today. ZBrush seemed to have a lot of like directories where it was putting history and like auto saves and stuff. And I was like, I've moved the location of my like files, like they're on a different drive now than they were before spring break.
Mm-hmm.
But like, but it was happening before I moved all those things.
Yeah. Could you send me the file?
Yeah.
That's borked, the borked file.
Well, I'm about to find out if it's still borked because I closed it without saving it. I was like, maybe if I close it without saving it, it'll go back to maybe, I don't know, just sort of throwing spaghetti at the wall here.
Yeah, this is definitely a spaghetti type moment.
Yeah.
It's just, I wish I knew what was causing it. Because as far as I know, I think you're the only one that's experiencing this.
I promise I'm not making this up.
I know
it sounds really convenient, but
I don't think you would torture yourself for days on this just to pull some sort of ruse over on the class. I don't think you would do that. Or would you? Oh my god. Oh my god.
My character development is good for something.
Yeah, this is the corruption character arc.
Why do bad things happen to okay people?
Okay, people. I like that.
I'll send you 3 and 4. The most recent and the second most recent.
Oh yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Let's see it. All right, so I'm going to open up 4 first. This should be the broken one, right?
Yeah.
Arm 2, the sequel. No. Don't do this.
Okay, that was like that.
That was like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think something in the just flooding process is really messing with you. I think something
right.
is messing with you there. What if
are all the segments on the middle finger there?
I don't think so. Wait, let's see. They are, but they're also like on this other finger.
I was going to just fix those once I had everything flooded.
Okay.
The arm and the shoulder and the hand, sorry, Raphael, were all like clean and weren't weighted to anywhere but where they were supposed to be.
They're not looking so clean anymore.
That's kind of fun. It's whimsical.
All right, let's try this. So this is just not working for whatever reason. Instead of doing like selection and going back and then doing this, just go into like unlock everything, go into add, make sure normalized weights is on interactive.
Oh, you broke up there. Unlock what?
Oh, make sure you unlock every single joint. I think they should already be, because this one is unlocked. And let's just do the painting way of doing this instead of flooding. So just for every single one of these joints, like you see how I'm on shoulder joint.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just paint that. Let's just paint that with I'm in my add brush. Let's just paint.
So we're painting.
Yeah, we're painting instead of flooding. I think something with the flooding is messing with the computer somehow, or like some sort of
Me personally,
weird, yeah, like a weird keystroke or something might be changing the functionality of something. So let's just do this, and then elbow joint. Wait, we're looking for elbow joint right here. That's the one. Very nice.
Wait, Mike, if you change the profile to a fade, would it cause that when you flood it or no?
Like this one?
Yeah.
It'd be a bit softer. But
I
I'm
know,
trying
but
to basically when you
if you flood it with that, would that cause it or no?
I don't know. Let's see. I've never really flooded like that with a different profile. Let's see it. Beep.
every day I paint skin weights on my arm.
No, it's like it's a binary sort of
That's
thing.
fun.
I like the thought though. That was good. I like where your mind was there. That could have been it. But yeah, I can't.
Because besides that, the thing that happened to Keely happened to me, but it was only like on a few spots. But it only happened whenever I changed the interactive to the other one.
To post.
To post.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was like changing it back and forth, those weird fades would pop up every now and then.
Okay. Keely, were you changing the normalized weights setting at all?
Maybe once at the beginning of class, but not like regularly.
Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, so see how you can just instead of flooding, you can just paint the stuff in there, you know?
All right.
I think that would be less prone to doing that weird stuff, you know?
Yeah, because it's not so much that there's bleed is the problem. It's the fact that I'll be doing it and then like my progress disappears.
Yeah, like 100% disappears. Like that's not acceptable. Like that's some bullshit. That's so lame. So yeah, I think
there's also like just a little bit of like spreading around, but like I can fix that as long as I can make progress forward in time.
Exactly.
Linearly.
Right?
Keely, you're in the multiverse. It doesn't make sense anymore.
Somebody please get me out. I hate it here.
Oh, man.
I want to go home. I hate the multiverse, bro. How do I select the skeleton?
Wait, why didn't you select the skeleton?
I want to see what bone I have selected so I can know I'm painting the right part of the skin.
If you're in paint mode, it should show one of them as blue highlighted in the list, or in like in the viewport. Like, see how all my joints are like darkened out, but then these ones are highlighted right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll show you in the list like that.
I've had that, but I don't know how to summon it on command. There we go.
You need to be in paint mode and have 5 enabled, like the smooth shading.
Okay. There we go.
But yeah, just use add and have everything unlocked. I think that'll be a nice way of getting around like selecting and flooding and filling and going back out into these weird menus and stuff, you know.
God, this is so sad. These used to look so good.
Also save very often. Save very often. Because I'm scared of this happening again.
Not just you. Autodesk makes quality software.
And yeah, you might have to just adjust the brush size with holding B and then left click dragging left or right. But yeah, just to get into like those grooves and stuff. But yeah, frick, dude. I hope it goes well.
Girl, help.
Right? Damn, dude. Yeah, it sucks.
Okay. Now that I'm like using the paintbrush, doesn't matter if I have it on the soft profile or the hardest profile.
I would go on hardest to kind of emulate flood filling, you know?
All right.
But yeah. Because if you do soft, you risk like missing a weight somewhere, and then like the pinky will have like a small bit of weight on like the palm or some shit like that, you know?
You know how it is.
You know how it be. But yeah, any other additional questions, folks? Again, doesn't have to be about skin weights, can be about anything. It can be about whatever. All right, so first we're gonna create some joints for this hair. Boom. Let's do 3. Bang. Pow. Bang, and then one for the tip right there. Awesome. And I'm going to name these. I'm just going to name them in the editor over here. I'm going to say this hair joint 1. Make sure all these subsequent ones are named as well. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Let's make sure to skeleton orient joints and make sure they look fine from this side too. All right, very good, very good. And then next step, create operative circle. Damn, y'all are lucky that we didn't head out right then. My God. Hair control 1. Might as well do this. And let's group that. Hair control group 1 right there. And we have, how many are we going to be controlling? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 4 of these bad boys. Boop, boop, boop. So that's all 4. Let's name these correctly so it's not confusing. There we go. And then next step is actually, shoot, I don't want these to be that big. I'll just adjust the curves, never mind. All right, so this, we're going to put it under hair joint 1. There we go. Then we're going to zero out all this stuff. Perfect. We'll put hair under that. Hair joint group 3, hair joint group 4. Very nice. Let's zero all this out. Very cool. Go. Very cool, very cool. Oh. And there we go. Nice. Okay. We can unparent that. And let's go start fixing these control vertices. Oh no. There we go. Very cool. Rachel, I better see some extravagant overlap with these controls, or else I'm going to be very offended.
So like animating with like the hair bouncing all over the place?
Not really, but that'd be funny.
I already have an idea for animating, but like I'm trying to be like, is this too much or should I probably tone it down?
What are you going to try to animate?
I was thinking of I want to ask, like, I can't remember who did the shield with the blood on it.
That was Sarah.
I want to ask Sarah if I could borrow it for my animation, because like,
Oh,
she
frick.
Oh, yes.
a badass shield. Like,
Damn,
like, I
okay.
don't know. Like, I want to do like something like a Captain America, like she throws the shield.
Oh, hell yeah. Approved. Immediate approval. Let's see. Does this work?
And now that people know about it, I can't back out.
Yeah. Your fans are going to be disappointed if you do. Let's see, so child and parent P. There we go. And then we start the great constraining process. So constrain parent, driver, driven, parent, driver, driven, parent, driver, driven, parent. There we go. All right. Then these are all moving those. Haha! And last, oh my God, the fuck, that's stupid. What? I need to fix this. 1 second. No. CVs, control vertex. There we go. There we go. Aha. All right. Very nice. All right, last step. Is bind this to the skin. Select all of these and then select the mesh. Skin. Edit influences. Add influence. Aha. And then if we open up our list, paint skin weights tool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's just make sure. Nice. All right. Yeah, so now you'll have to flood all the hair onto the proper joint in there, and you should be good. Should be good to go.
So like the rig that you just put for the down hair, I would just
like you can
just attach to the ponytail part.
Yeah, like you can see, yeah, include that. So like hair joint 3 would be like this section, including the ponytail part.
Okay.
And then joint 2 would be this section over the ponytail as well. And then hair 1 is going to be this area. And then it's going to look cursed right now, but when you do a good job of it, it'll look cool. I swear. See, that looks cursed to me currently.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah. So once you fill all those weights and get it looking right, it'll be dope.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Let me save as. This is no longer proxies. This is Asta rig. Let's do skinning 1. Sure. There you go.
Mike,
What's up?
I regret to inform you that my computer isn't working. I can't click anything.
No.
I have Maya open, and it's just like, I guess it's taken a long time to load.
That's weird. What did you do anything strange?
No, I just opened it up, I was opening, trying to look for the one that I had with all the little, I forgot what the circle thingies were called.
The proxies.
Yes. And I don't know, it's just like I'm clicking, but it's not.
Well, I don't know, man.
Would I be able to send you my model later? I think and try and get this figured out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of busy over the weekend. I might be able to get to it on Sunday, but like, if you send it to me tonight, I could probably just get it fixed up and sent back to you at some point.
Okay, I'll see about that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. All right, folks. I believe that is the end of our class time.
Hey, Mike, I just have one final question.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's up?
Can you mirror like the skin weights, the painting, or do you have to do?
No, no, 100% you can mirror it. There's a few things though, so let me animation, joint size. Let's shrink this down. So basically, you have to have your character in like a default pose, like this, like just like the initial bind pose. And you could go one by one and select all these things, right? Or you could just make sure your joints aren't selectable and then just drag select over everything. And then I like to left click drag from translate X up here, left click drag down to rotate Z, and then press 0 and then enter. And then that usually will do the same thing. Same sort of thing. It'll zero out everything. Don't zero out scale, just zero out translate and rotate. And that'll give you a default pose. Then in that default pose, you can go to skin, mirror skin weights, and do YZ for mirror across, and then positive to negative if you did the blue side, the left side. Negative to positive if you did the right side of the skin weights, depending on which side of your model you painted. And we did run into the problem with Raphael, where he had multiple objects bound to that skeleton, which is fine. But you have to just click on each one individually and mirror the skin weights rather than selecting all of them at one time. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, no problem. No problem. All right, folks, that's it. That's it for today. You four are the last survivors of class. So congratulations.
You did it, Kang.
You did it. You did it.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, what was that, Rachel? Oh, that's all, folks. All right. See you later, y'all.
Goodbye.
See you, Mike.
Good night, Mike.
See you later. Have a good one.